Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I want to talk about a pretty controversial when you should farm. So let's jump into it. So let's talk about Space Jesus. Anakin Skywalker, also known as General Skywalker, also known as General Anakin Skywalker, a arguably a very good character. I think for a long time, he did not have a valid place in this game because he wasn't good on offense as far as his battles weren't clean. So they were messy and they weren't efficient. And then on defense, he gets beat pretty easily with a lot of cheap counters. In threes, you can Wampa him. Right now with Wampacron, you can still Wampa him on defense. So also gets beat by CLS, requires a character that elevates another team to even not get countered by CLS with Captain Rex. So is this a character that I would recommend people to farm right now? And if you follow my live streams or if you heard me talk about him, it really depends. So to unlock General Skywalker, you have to look at his farm. And it's really kind of expensive for what it is. Even if it's like gear 12, the fleets are negligible. That doesn't matter. But for this farm, for the for the first phase, you do need some Zetas. You do, honestly, you do kind of want some relics just to get through it. A turn meter, turn order really does matter. You can do it with gear 12, but it's still some Kyrotex like. Shock T costs a lot of Kyrotex. Padme costs a lot of Kyrotex. C3PO and Snips don't. I really don't remember if General Kenobi does. I probably not. I don't know. I really don't remember. But the team itself is not crazy expensive. But then you look at also the Separatists, and then if you look, okay, that's like 10 characters right there. To unlock Padme, you have to get like Geos or some other things, which isn't crazy expensive, and then Ewoks. But pretty much by the time you do this entire farm, you and to beat this, you do want at least like some of them at relics, if not one of them B1 and the rest at gear 12. But to get it done, you pretty much is equivalent once you have gas and the 501st. It's pretty much like a GL farm if you look at it. So if you have the 501st all reliced up, all their Zetas, and then just to unlock gas, it is equivalent of a GL, like an actual GL. Like you could, if you put that much time and effort, you could have had SOKR, you could have Ray if you didn't buy the bundles or whatever. Not probably not Jabba, maybe a JML or something. But the equivalent of that farm is very, very heavy of a cost to go for it. And that's just one of the characters you need for someone like GL Ahsoka and Lord Vader. So right off the bat, if you aren't going for GL Ahsoka or GL Vader and you don't have General Anakin Skywalker, that's pretty much the time when I would recommend, like, yeah, absolutely, you have to farm him because you need him for the GLs. I will say that currently there is relevance with Gas because he can beat the Quadme team, like the Queen Amidala team. These guys, the Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, Queen Amidala, very hard team to beat. It's a very strong team, and Gas does beat it. So it does have some end game relevance right now. So I would say that in itself is nice. But before that happened, before this Quadme team came in, I would have said, like, absolutely don't farm Gas unless you have, unless you are farming those GLs. But let's look at the 501st in its entirety of what you need to make him useful, pretty much. So you need a lot. Like, you have to get 5s, Rex, Echo, ARC Trooper, and ARC Trooper takes a lot of Kyrotech as well. 5s, Rex, Echoes are older characters, but they still require Zetas. Gas requires 4 Zetas. So it's just a crazy expensive farm to be going for that. So if you have the gas bundle too, so if you purchase the gas bundle, you still for some reason haven't got gas, then I would say that's the only bundle I've ever recommended, that if you farmed or if you bought that bundle, you don't have to get the payout. Like, the gas bundle itself was excellent for the negotiator. It had a lot of good things in it, but do you have to pay, or do you have to unlock gas for that bundle to be worth it? Absolutely not. I would say if you bought the gas bundle and you're like, well, I need to get gas up and running because I bought the bundle, you don't have to do that either. So even if you farm him for GL Ahsoka, if you farm him for Lord Vader, if you just want to use him as a 5th in a Jedi team, like, he is still an excellent Jedi. You would just mod him differently. So like a crit damage triangle, offense cross, speed arrow, and then protection circle, and like whatever you want as far as like offense speed or something set, you absolutely can do that. Maybe some potency. Excellent Jedi for that. But is he necessary? No. Is he best with the 501st? Yeah, probably. But can you fill him in even in like a JMK squad, or even JML or whatever? Like, yeah, absolutely. He's an amazing Jedi. He does a lot of great things. Would I prioritize him over any other farm? Probably not. Like, what would I, because if you look at my account, right, I don't have gas up. I'm not going for GL Ahsoka yet. I'm not going for Lord Vader yet. I have 5, almost 6 GLs. I have all the GL ships. I have all the assault battles done. So would I prioritize gas over all the assault battles, all those GLs? Like, even like, if you look at it, C just absolutely like stomps gas. So if people are like, well, I'd rather have Anakin before I have C, it's like, well, C is still the superior team over Anakin. Like, I would rather have C over gas, like, personally. So when will I farm gas? When I farm pretty much GL Ahsoka, probably in like 5-6 months when I start going for her, I'll farm gas. Maybe I'll take his team to like Relic 3 or something. But that's because at that point, that's when it's a good deal for me to farm him. So after I have GL Ahsoka completely unlocked, I have her team all fleshed out, I'll have a Relic 8 gas, and at that point I'll probably like fully flesh out his team. But that's when I would recommend doing it, is after you do either Lord Vader or you do GL Ahsoka. Then yeah, go ahead, get Gas's team up and running. Just because he's so expensive with all his Zetas, his team, his unlock, everything, just incredibly expensive. It's pretty much a GL. Not a good, and I'll say this. If he is a passion project, so passion projects are very different in this game. And if Gas is a passion project for you, then go ahead, unlock him. He's a good character. He will elevate your account. If you just wanted the space Jesus who slaughtered the innocent, then yeah, unlock him, get him in your account. Have fun, get the 501st up and running. Gas is going to be really relevant. Is that going to be the most efficient thing? No. Are you going to get more like assault battle currency or an extra event or anything? No, you won't. You'll be able to use him in some events. You'll be able to use him in Grand Arena. You'll be able to use him in Conquest. So yeah, that he will have relevance. He will be a good character. It's just he's not going to give you as much as a GL will, or a GL ship, or even an assault battle team. So that there's no specific time when you should farm him, unless you're farming a GL that has him as a requirement, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, farm him at your own pace. But I will say, if I've seen tons of accounts that have super high amount of time played, so they've played for a few years and they have really low GP, and I think, like, what is wrong with this account? Are they in a bad guild? Are they not doing their dailies? Are they not are they not doing something right? And it comes down to their farming pathway. They usually farm like gas, and they're like, well, I have gas, so I might as well farm Lord Vader. And then they go into Lord Vader, and it slows down their count in an incredibly horrible way, and then they have super low GP compared to the time they have played because it's such an expensive farm, and you really don't get anything off that farm. Like once you finish gas and you finish Lord Vader, you don't really get more income that makes your next farm faster. So you're pretty much in the same boat as you were when you originally farmed gas or Lord Vader. But if you did something where you farmed a GL ship, then you farmed a GL, then you farm assault battles, and it's giving you more and more income, then that's where you like really start making your farms faster and faster. But if you don't do that and you farm something that doesn't give you more income, that's incredibly expensive with Zetas and Kyrotech, has multiple characters unlocks, has multiple journeys in the unlocks, and then you have to build a whole separate team that's not part of what his unlock is, then that's where you start slowing down your account because you're not actually getting more. You're just kind of like adding things into your account, and then you're not getting a return for that. So that's what I have to say. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure you guys are gonna flame me, and you're gonna be like, Captain, you're so whack with your gas. I love my gas. So if you love your gas, let me know in the comments. Let me know why you should farm it earlier, or if you agree with me. But I stand by my belief. I am not embarrassed. I will gladly display my, I don't know what he is, like Gear 8 gas or whatever. I have no shame in this game. There's nothing you guys can do. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, and why I may be right or wrong on my opinions of gas and when you should farm them. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.